Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna share in this video. We're gonna talk about the best non-special Shinobi for this SAM number 16. So basically, you can help yourself work out through the SAM and grind for that new ultimate of Shino, which is a really good ultimate. I think it's gonna be a really amazing ultimate, and everyone should definitely have it. So yeah, we're just gonna be going over the non-special Shinobi for every one of the three natures. I'm not gonna be talking about the special Shinobi yet in this video. I'm gonna be making a different video tomorrow, hopefully by tomorrow, because up until now I didn't get any data for Hinata. Nobody wants to record anything of her, and I don't know why, but I don't see anyone playing with Hinata, and nobody wants to do anything with Hinata, even though they have her ultimate, and even some people have her full kit. So I don't know if you guys want to help me get the data of Hinata, please send me a private message on Discord. You'll find the link in the description below under the official channel links. So basically, we have three different natures this time, and these natures that are featured are basically Lunge, right here, the red one, Impact, the yellow one, and Annihilation is the purple one. We're going to be talking about each one of these, and we're going to be ranking characters for every one of these natures. So you also need to know that the Ninetales is weak to Annihilation, the purple one more than the other two. So as you can see, it's only minus 5% for the other two, but for Annihilation it's minus 30%. So basically, if you have Conan, you would rather, or Madara, or Shikamaru Naruto, you would rather go against the Ninetales. So if you go in public, it's better to look for the Ninetales. For One Tail, he is balanced. Basically, anything is the same, all is minus 10%. So it doesn't matter if you actually go against him or not. For 8 Tails, Impact is the better weakness here. Like the nature is 30%, minus 30%, while the other two are basically minus 5%. So you want to use people like Hashirama or Hinata. If you want to use Hinata, you would rather wait or look for 8 Tails rooms. For 4 Tails, he is more weak to the Lunge nature than the other two. And therefore, if you have Sasuke, if you have Kakuzu, we're going to be talking about Kakuzu here as well, it's better to go with the 4 Tails. Against the 4 Tails. So look for the 4 Tails using your Sasuke Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. And then the Majestic Atar Susanoo, he's also exactly like One Tail, except that he's even weaker than the One Tail because he has minus 20%. So we will be talking about Annihilation first, then we will talk about Impact, and we will talk then at the end about Lunge, and every one of these natures on their own. So by the way, if you want to know more about like your cards and your ultimates, you can easily tell whether your ultimate is Annihilation, Impact, or Lunge by going into the card and checking right behind the name here. You have the same color. So purple is Annihilation, red is Lunge, and Impact is yellow. For the other two, it would be Manipulate is brownish orange, and the release is green. So don't play with the release or manipulate. So we're gonna be starting now with the Annihilation, and before we start, I wanted to talk about two characters here that are really good, pretty much the best non-special Shinobi, but they need a defense debuffer in the team. And these two characters are Kabuto and Sarada. So these two do a lot of damage for Kabuto. You only need his Poison Swamp maxed out, and you just need nothing else but that card maxed out and just attack cards beside it. And of course, you need the purple kunai to actually post that attack. You just need a defense debuffer in the team, and that's really easy to find now since everyone is using Sasuke, and everyone from this Sasuke is most likely will have the Matarazo. So that should be really easy to actually get the defense debuff that you need. And the other character is Sarada. Sarada is also really good. Her attacks, her shurikens, both of her shurikens are Lunge nature, and they do a lot of damage. And if you have her ultimate, that will be even better because you can spam one of her shurikens, and that will be the 4-star one, the one that is called the Shuriken Barrage. Just spam that as much as you can using the ultimate, and of course make sure to have the defense buffer in your team to get the full potential of the damage. So that's basically the two characters. You can either play in public and find a Sasuke by luck, or you can play with one of your friends and turn the tables over the games. So basically your friend will be the defense debuffer once, and then you will be the defense debuffer in the next game. And in that case, it's better to use the medium effect like from the Amaterasu of Itachi version 2 or the one from the Summon Jutsu of Sakura. So there you go. These are the best characters for this Sam. You just need a defense debuffer in the team. Alright, so starting off with the Annihilation Nature characters, and we only have 10 of them. So the best character I would say is Shikamaru. So Shikamaru with his only ninjutsu, the Parachute and the Kunai, which both are Annihilation Nature, they both do a lot of damage together. You don't actually need an ultimate for this. So basically both of them do a lot of damage by debuffing the enemy's defense and then doing damage with the kunai, and of course the Parachute itself does a lot of damage. But then if you have any of his ultimates, the old one that actually buffs his attack by 50%, that would be even better. So I think that happens for like 10 to 15 seconds, so you get a buff of 10 to 15 seconds in your damage. So that's really good because you can do more and faster damage that way. Or you can use the new ultimate that has the damage of time effect that will do damage while, like extra damage, while you're actually doing your own damage with the kunai and the Parachutes. So Shikamaru, in my opinion, is the best right now, and you don't need an ultimate to actually make him work. So that's the first place. In the second place comes Madara, the god of the freaking game. Madara, even though like recently he has been getting outclassed one by one, he's still in the very top of the list. So his ultimate, the multi-hit ultimate, basically does 5 times the damage, and it's Annihilation Nature. And then he has his kit, which basically is completely useful because he has the Uchiha Reflection, which is Impact, and then his Susanoo attack, which has Annihilation Nature, and then the Fire Style is Release, which is really bad because it doesn't do damage. However, it still has damage over time effect, which is very useful. So he has damage over time effect, he has the ultimate, does a lot of damage, and yeah, his full kit is basically useful. So Madara comes in second place. In the third place, we have Sage Mode Naruto, and this time all of his kit is actually perfect. He has the healing, he has the boxing thing, I don't know what it's called. It's Lunge Nature, and then he has the Rasengan Barrage, which does damage, Impact Nature damage. So, and of course the ultimate, the Rasen Shuriken, that does 10 times the damage. This is almost in the same level as Madara, maybe even better. At level 8, I've never had a max level Rasen Shuriken, so I cannot tell. I only have it at level 1. So basically it's really useful and really good, and his full kit, this Sam, is actually working very well. So he's in the third place. Comes in the fourth place, Kamui for original Kakashi. The original Kakashi, the very first Kakashi, not the Kamui Shuriken, because we'll talk about that later in the Lunge Nature part. But this is the Kamui for the original Kakashi. I don't have it right here, so we will not be able to see footage of it. I don't have it in my account, and like I think I will never have it. So it comes right after Sage Mode Naruto's ultimate, because the ultimate does around 7 to 8 times the damage, and it's very useful. His kit can also have the lunge attack, the Southern Year of Death, and you can also use the air. It's some kind of an air attack. It's Annihilation as well. So you can use that as well in his kit. So basically, original Kakashi comes in the fourth place after Sage Mode Naruto, and then in the fifth place, the king of this game, Itachi, with his Tsukuyomi, the very first ultimate. The new ultimate doesn't work, by the way, because it's Release Nature. So the old ultimate, the Tsukuyomi, works very well here. It does a lot of damage. It covers pretty good plays, and yeah, basically it's really good because of course you can use the damage over time effect from his Mangekyo Sharingan skill or ninjutsu, and then you have the teleport to escape from any complications from the Sam bosses. So that's in the fifth place. In the sixth place, I would say Deidara's C3 should be there. So Deidara's C3 is pretty much similar to Itachi. Sorry about that. So it's pretty much similar to Tsukuyomi because it has the same range and it stays in the map for a while. So it can hit multiple parts of the Sam boss. And well, Deidara in general has a really good kit that is full of annihilation nature, so yeah, you can use his full kit without a problem. Right after that, I think all of the characters coming next are basically not as good as the first 5 or 6. So I'm not gonna showcase them. I'm just gonna tell you that real quick here. We have Itachi version 2's Totsuka Blade, and of course, if you have his what is it called, the Amaterasu, it will help your teammates. It will not work for you because all of his kit is useless, but the defense debuff in his Amaterasu will help your teammates to finish the game faster and, you know, get more points. That would work very well if you are playing with you know, Sarada or Caputo, as I mentioned at the beginning of the game, of the video. So yeah, basically he is very useful there. And then we have Sasuke's Karen. Sasuke in general is not really that great, but Sasuke's Karen is doing okayish damage. Sarutobi's Sealing Death Reaver ultimate does also a lot of damage. Not a lot of damage, it does quite a good damage. It has a really low cooldown, so you can use it a lot. And then you have the Bijou Bomb for both Killer Bee and Hokage Naruto. You can use these as well. Not doing that much damage, but still very useful. And then we have all of the last up until the very worst ultimate, which is Obito's ultimate. But still, Obito has a damage over time effect in his kit, so you can use the damage over time effect from his kit to actually make him kind of useful. But his ultimate is the worst. It does pretty much the same damage as any of the characters that I mentioned in the last 4 or 5. But in 120 seconds cooldown ultimate, which is really bad. So there you go, guys. That's the annihilation nature. We're gonna jump now into the impact nature. Alright, so we have in the first place Sasuke Winter Ninja for the impact nature with his ultimate, the new ultimate that does 5 times damage, the one we got like 2 months ago, the Planetary Devastation, plus his old kit. So his old kit, the Inferno Style that debuffs the enemy's defense, is annihilation nature. The Almighty Bush has an impact nature in it, and of course we have the Black Jury, which has lunge nature. So his old kit along with the new ultimate, not the old ultimate does not work this SAM. So Sasuke Winter Ninja is in the first place because of his old kit and his new ultimate. Coming up in the second place, Tobirama. So Tobirama with only his ultimate and the Flying Raging. The Flying Raging would probably be used more for scabing attacks more than just, you know, doing damage. But it can do damage as well if you want to use it to do damage. But mostly the ultimate of Tobirama is really good. It covers a huge area. It does 4 times the damage if you manage to get all of the 4 hits on the Sam boss. And of course, if the Sam boss moves inside the range, he will be getting more damage using on all of his parts. So Tobirama coming in the second place. In the third place, we have Hashirama, which normally Hashirama is better than Tobirama, but in this case, Hashirama with only his ultimate in this time, the dragon is not working this time, and he has only the ultimate and the dragon that are basically doing damage in his kit. So the dragon is useless this time, so he only has the healing, the expulsion jutsu to give him some resistance against the attacks, and his ultimate. So his ultimate is 120 seconds ultimate that does 5 times the damage, and they debuffs the enemy's resistance. If you have it at from level 1 to level 5, it only debuffs the impact nature of the enemy. And if you have it from 6 to 8, you will actually be making the enemy weak, even weaker to all of the elements in the game. So it's very useful if you play with it and help your teammates to do even more damage by making the enemy weaker to all of the elements. Of course, if you have it level 6 or more. So that was in the third place. In the fourth and the fifth place comes 2 characters that I don't have their ultimate in the game, so I cannot really show you. But I would say OG or original Naruto with his 2K barrage will be doing really good. Plus his Shadow Clone Jutsu that is lunge nature, he will be doing really good damage and really good job in this SAM. So original Naruto with 2K barrage and the Shadow Clone Jutsu would actually do a lot of damage and comes out in the fourth place. In the fifth place, I'm not sure if Neji would be actually better than Bane here, but I would say Neji is still good from the last SAM because of the fact that he can cover a lot of parts of the SAM boss. Plus, he can do extra damage using his Mountain Crusher to weaken the enemy farther with his Mountain Crusher. And of course, if he seals the enemy, he will be doing double the damage. I guess it will be harder to seal the enemy now because, well, his seal isn't effective as it was last Sam. But I guess it's still pretty much possible, and you can do pretty good damage with Neji as well. So he is in the 5th place. Comes in the 6th place, Bane. So Bane with his Shinra Tensei or Almighty Bush ultimate will be really good. The new one, the Planetary Devastation, will not work because it's manipulate. So you only want to use the Shinra Tensei as an ultimate. Then he has a really good kit. The old kit and the new kit, they work very well together. So basically his Universal Ball has the defense debuff. His Almighty Bush has the impact nature attack, and his, I think there's something missing that I'm not talking about here, but I really can't remember. I guess it was, yeah, the arrow, the fire arrowhead. So that's annihilation and it does damage. I would say if you want to actually use him more without caring about the CB, because he loses his CB very fast, switch the Almighty Bush with the other 3-star from his old kit that basically gets you CB back every time you use it against the Sam boss. So you can use that instead of the Almighty Bush, or you can just have the Universal Ball and the Fire Arrowhead. That would be very useful. But at the end of the day, most of the damage you will be doing will be probably from this kit, and then the ultimate will be doing the extra damage. Then comes in the, well, 7th place. I forgot what the number we were here, but I guess that will be Sakura. So Sakura has a defense debuff from her summoning jutsu. It will not do damage like it did before because it's manipulate nature. However, she has a lot of buffs in her kit, her old and new kit, and both of her ultimates are impact nature, so basically they will work very well. She also has one ninjutsu, the kick, or the whatever the name is. It does pretty much good damage as well because it's impact nature. So basically Sakura is in the 7th place. Maybe you can move it up somewhere over Bane or somewhere or something, because she's really good as a support character as well, like in case you want to use her to help Kabuto and Sarada users to get points. So that's, yeah, we still have Hokage Naruto with his 5k barrage. I don't know if you guys use that still, but the thing is, Hokage Naruto doesn't have anything else in his kit except for one 3-star. It was some hand. It's a 3-star from his old kit that you can use with the impact nature, but then that's basically it for Hokage Naruto. His 5k barrage does debuff the defense for a while, but yeah, it's not really that effective at the end of the day. But yeah, Hokage Naruto is there with both of his ultimates, so I guess he is okay to put there in the list. Alright, moving on to the lunge nature, the red nature, and we're starting off with the best character, which is actually a free character we got 2 Sams ago, which is Kakuzu. So if you have Kakuzu from Sam 14, I'm not sure if it was exactly Sam 14 or not, I'm just saying that Kakuzu is really good. His ultimate does 3 times the damage with a 60 seconds ultimate. So it's a 60 seconds ultimate, does 3 times the damage. So basically, in 120 seconds, he will be doing 6 times the damage, which is basically really freaking good compared to all of the premium characters we have so far. So Kakuzu with his ultimate, he does 3 times the damage every single 60 seconds. And then you have also one more thing, which is the damage over time effect from his 4-star jutsu that we also got in Sam number 14. So Kakuzu is in the 1st place as the lunge nature, as the best lunge nature attacker. Then we have in the 2nd place Dual Mega Sharingan Kakashi. So Kakashi has the ultimate, the Kamui Shuriken. If you have it at a very high level, it would be very great because at level 1 it has 70 seconds cooldown, which is really annoying. But in general, it does pretty good damage and it goes through the freaking whole big ass Sam boss. So it just hits all of the parts that it meets, and it's really good. So he also has the wall, and he has the other lunge attack, the 4-star one, which do extra damage there. Then we have Minato's in the 3rd place. I would actually move him to the 2nd place if you don't mind. So Minato with his ultimate, he does 1.3 times the damage, and he does it over 6 hits. The The only problem is that if you go against a Sam boss that moves a lot, like the 4 tails or the 9 tails or the Majestic Atar Susanoo, most of the time you will actually miss most of the hits, especially the last hit, which does half damage. So Minato is okay with his new ultimate, and then he has the Kagura, of course. The Kagura is lunge nature, and it does exactly the same damage as any shuriken attack in the game. So it's very good, and you can use it there along with the ultimates of Minato. The old and the new ultimate are actually very useful. The old one is impact nature. However, the old ultimate, we tried it out in the stream, and it didn't work very well. So yeah, it didn't do that much damage, but it's still, I guess it's like the second option if you don't have anything else. So Minato's new ultimate is the better option, and then you can use the old one if you want. And then we have in the 4th place, I would say that would be Hidan with his old ultimate and the new ninjutsu from his new cat. So one of them has a damage over time effect, and the other one does really amazing damage, just like the one from Kagura, but you need the enemy to actually attack you. So basically you will be doing, like, you will be getting damage, and you will be doing like a lot of damage in the opposite turn. So yeah, Hidan's ultimate, old ultimate, not the new ultimate. The new ultimate I think is manipulate, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't have it, by the way. So if I made a mistake, please let me know in the comment section below. So Hidan's old ultimate and his new ninjutsu. I don't have the new ninjutsu either, so you're not seeing the clip right now because of that. So in the next place, I would say Conan's old ultimate. So Conan is already a special shinobi, and her old ultimate, the lunge nature one, would actually do damage. The thing is, you would be getting double the damage, or double the points from that damage you do, because she's a special shinobi. You would be getting double the points from the damage you do over the other special shinobi. So she shouldn't be here in the list, but since her old ultimate is not featured, I just wanted to leave her here. So she is in the 5th place. I'm not sure where we are now, but yeah, after that we have Sasori's old ultimate, and I guess you can use some of his ninjutsu. I didn't really look into it, so you're not really seeing a clip right now. Then we have Sai's and Hago's ultimates. So these are 3 ultimates from Sam 15 and Sam 11, and then of course you can use it from this Sam. I think you can get Hako's ultimate from here, but it's not really so great. Like, it wouldn't do that much damage at the end of the day, but yeah, it's still viable and it will do some damage. So that's basically it for the lunge nature and pretty much for everything. There's only one thing that I forgot to mention, which is Might Guy. Might Guy never get resisted with his Herodora. Herodora can easily go through any resistance in the game. So basically, just using any of the either the 7th gate of shock or the 6th gate of joy, you will be getting more damage or more attack. And then of course you can use his other 4 stars to do damage. One of them is impact nature and the other one is lunge nature. And then his ultimate Herodora, even though it's release, it goes through any resistance. So basically it's very useful in every single Sam. Same thing for Killer Bee, but Killer Bee is already Annihilation nature ultimate, so it's in the list of Annihilation nature ultimates. So that's basically it, guys, for this video. I hope that it's not long. I feel like I talked too much because my Hals, what was Hals in? Hals is in German, throat. Yeah, my throat is hurting. So yeah, yeah, basically that's it. I don't think there's anything else. If you guys have any idea what I have missed here, please leave that in the chat. Sorry, in the comment section below. There's no chat. This is not a stream. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Hopefully tomorrow. By tomorrow I will have anything for Hinata that will be, you know, useful to make the video of the special shinobi and tell you who the best one is before Hinata's banner actually leaves. But I mean, for now I would say it's safe to skip her because nobody's using her anyway. So there you go, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.